and welcome to your English class for 2020 semester 2. I'll be your teacher, Professor Mary Mkhonto. Okay, but don't worry, you don't have to say the long name. Just call me Professor Mary. Very simple and quick, okay? I'll be your professor this semester, okay? I'm from South Africa, and so I'll be teaching you your English classes in my class this year. I just want you to know, if you ever want to contact me, you're welcome to email me at my Gmail, marymkhonto@gmail.com. Okay. Let's start the semester, okay? But before we start, let me give you some rules and some ideas about how the semester is going to work. We'll start with your grading, okay? So, in this English class, the expectations are simple, okay? You will be graded on your attendance and participation, okay? How will we get attendance? Because we are not in class. Oh, this corona, one more time, we are having class at home. So, you will have to finish your quiz on YJP. But if you don't finish your quizzes on YJP, you will not get an attendance score, okay? Please, if you can't be at class on time or you can't do a quiz, please email me or send me a letter. I'll need a letter if you're sick or if you're in the hospital, then I can let you write your quiz one more time, okay? But if you don't have a letter, you do not get your participation and attendance score. So please try. Watch the video, look through the PPT that I give you, and then you can do your quiz. Let's start. Okay, then you will have 2 assignments, okay? One assignment is normally a PPT, and your second assignment is usually a video, okay? You'll get one halfway through the year and one more before your exams. Your last score is graded on your, oops, that was too fast. Let's go back. Okay, your last grade is on your midterm and final exams. That is the same for every class. If we go back into the classroom and you see me again, you will have your midterm exam, which is a speaking exam, okay? And then your final exam will be a written exam, which you will study from your book and from the PPTs. Let's start. Our class today is on the be verb, the verb to be. What is verb be? Let's have a look at this beautiful picture. As you can see, be is moving down the river because there are 3 kinds of be verbs, okay? Be for am, is, and are. So it's always I am, he, she, or it is, you, we, and they are. Okay, so we are going to focus today on those 3 be verbs. Before we start, let's learn. There are 2 kinds of verbs. Action verbs. Run, jump, sing, moving verbs. Okay, then we have our verbs of state, which is our be verbs today. So that will be is, am, and are. What are be verbs? Be verbs can be used to describe an object, like a dog. We can use be verbs to describe a person or a place. Okay, this is our sentence structure for be verbs. For your quizzes, there are 2 things I want you to always remember. Number 1, I want you to remember the order that you get. Your subject, your verb, and your object. Okay, I always want you to remember that because we are going to learn many different grammar points. So it's important you know what's number 1, 2, and 3. And number 3, I want you to remember some examples. Practice. So your quizzes will always, I'll ask you about the order, and I'll ask you some examples. Okay, let me move out the way. Let's do some examples. Okay, in present tense, you get I am happy. Okay, so I and am are always together. Okay, next, you are at school. You always is together with are. He and she get the same be verb, okay? And the be verb is. And so does it. It is an object, like table, dog, always gets is. Okay, so I am, you are, he, she, or it always get is. And our be verbs are am, are, is. So he is hungry, she is a nurse, it is big. Okay, let's look at the plural. Singular means one, and plural is many, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We are early. You are students, or they are quiet. Okay, so let's move along. Okay, let's look at some contractions quickly. What are contractions? Sometimes in English, especially if you listen to English speakers very often, we don't always speak in full sentences. We actually make it much shorter, okay? How do we make it shorter? By cutting out some words. It makes us speak a little bit faster and more fluently, more smoothly, okay? So very few times an English person will say, I am late. It's too long. If I'm in a hurry, hey, I'm late. We say it very quickly, okay? So to say I'm, we use a contraction. So it means that we get rid of A, bye-bye A, and we put a little apostrophe and M. So instead of I am late, we will say I'm late. Let's look at the next one. For you, we take you and R and we put them together and it turns into you're late. Okay? What about for he? He, we put he and his together and it becomes he's late. Oh, she's late. Okay? It, we put an apostrophe, so bye-bye I, and just put an S. Instead of it is late, we just say it's late. We are, we put we and are together, and we say we're late. They are late turns into they're late. Let's do some variations, some sentence practice. Let's look at different sentences. If we have a sentence with a be verb and noun together, these are very basic sentences. Do you like Bollywood music? Okay, so she is an actress. So she's a Bollywood actress. Then we have, they are Bollywood dancers. So they is plural, 1, 2, 3. She is only one. Let's look at another one. If we have a be verb and a preposition. So a preposition tells you about place, you know, on the table, under the table. So we will have, they are in Malaysia. So be verb, are, preposition, in. Okay, let's look at one more. My apartment is near the towers. Preposition, near, verb, is. Let's now look at other sentences. We can have be verbs and adverbs. Do you like singing in the shower? I do. Okay, so she is always singing in the shower. Oh my gosh, she's like me, same. So she is our be verb. Always is our adverb. Adverbs sometimes end in ly, sometimes they are adverbs of frequency. So they are always, rarely. Okay, singing in the shower is our object. So always remember the sentence order of structure. Subject, she, verb, is, and our object is always singing in the shower, but our adverb is always. Okay, you are often late. Adverb, often. Be verb, are. Verb and adjective. Ooh, let's look over here. They are beautiful. So they is plural. We are very tall. So they are models, very, very tall. Okay. Let me show you the adjectives. Okay, so adjective is beautiful. Describes they. How are they looking? They are beautiful. Adjective, very tall. So they are, how do they look? They are very tall. Next, we're going to look at continuous tense. During our English class, we're going to look at present continuous. We get present simple. Today, most of the sentences we practice are present simple. We also get present continuous tense, and we get present perfect as well. So during our English classes, we will look at all of these simple versions, continuous and perfect, okay? So for our continuous tense, usually we use those for any action, remember, that is temporary, short time, or ongoing, happens for a long, long time, okay? So let's look at some examples. Continuous tense verbs always finish with ing, I-N-G. Let me show you. The soccer players are falling. Okay, so this is a temporary, short event. They only were falling one time, okay? So falling is your continuous tense verb, okay? It ends in ing. Your be verb is are, so we have two verbs next to each other, right? Okay, now we have ongoing actions, actions that happen over and over again. And that is he is studying. Okay, so he studies Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Ongoing, okay? This is your be verb and your continuous tense verb, studying. Let's look at some more examples. Oh, I almost got rid of Superman there. One more time. Okay. So we're going to answer the questions who, what, how, and where. I am Superman. Who? What? I am a superhero. What are you? Okay? How? I am strong, answering your how question. And where? Where are you? Okay? I am in Metropolis. Whoa. Let's do another example, right? Okay. Number one, who? Famous actress. She is Angelina Jolie. What? She is an actress. Okay. How? She is happy. How is she feeling? Okay. Where is she? She is in a cafe. Okay, so we can use be verbs to answer these questions. Who? Let's see who. Who is he? Okay. They are SpongeBob and Patrick. Who are they? Okay. What are they? They are friends. Oh, how? They are crazy. How are they feeling, right? And last, where are they? They are in bikini bottoms. Okay, let's look at the next one. Who could it be? Who? Oh, my favorite, Garfield. It is Garfield because he is not a person, it. What is he doing? It is a cat, or what is it? Oh. How is he feeling? It is lazy. Okay, where is he? It is at home. Ooh, let's look at our last example. There's no who. This one is what? Oh, okay. It is a smartphone. How? It is black. How does it look, right? Last is where. It is in my hand. Where is it? Okay, so we can answer these questions. What, where, when, why, and which. Let's see how to make these questions. What is your name? Okay, so if we change the subject to a question word, these are all question words, we can still put be verb in place number 2. So it never changes. Your subject becomes what? Verb is, and your name is your object. We are creating sentences using question words. Let's try number 2. Where is degustation? Okay? Where is our question word, is our verb, and degustation is our object. Okay? When is lunch? Okay? Then we have why. Why is he late? Last one, which? Which soccer team is the best? Choose one, right? Okay? And our be verb is all the way down here. This time, this is a different sentence, a little bit of an exception from the rule because be verb is always in number 2. But if you look at this sentence, our be verb has moved, okay? Because we have a subject, okay? Let's look at our sentence forms. Today we will cover our positive, negative, and question form, okay? Then we will be finished in our class. Let's start with the positive form. Our positive form will always be subject, verb. A negative form, is subject, verb, not, an object. Okay. So let's look at examples with our negative form. Okay. I am not sad. So our be verb is still number 2, and not always comes right after it. Okay. Am and not. Remember I told you about contractions? Instead of saying, I am not sad, or it's too long, we say it really short and we use a contraction. Am and not has no contraction because amnet is not a word. It's not correct. But the rest of the words have contractions, okay? So you are not at home. Are and not together, what happens? We say bye-bye, oh, and add a little apostrophe, okay? He isn't is and not together, thirsty. She isn't a pilot. It isn't small. Okay, isn't is and not. You can see it over there. Let's cover our plurals very quickly. We aren't late. You aren't teachers. Are not, okay? Aren't, are not. And last, they aren't noisy, right? Okay, so I want you at home when you do the sentence to please practice with the pictures. So you're going to read the sentence. I am not sad, and guess which picture matches. Okay? If it matches like that, you're right. Let's see, and he isn't thirsty. Which one is it? You'll look at the pictures, and if you guess right, so I'd like you to practice at home when you have your PPT. I will give you this PPT for you to practice at home. Let's move on to the next section. Contractions. You saw the contractions from not are a little bit different, okay? So for negative sentences, you have 2 choices. Positive sentences, only 1. You only use the contraction on you and are, or he and is. But for negative sentences, you have 2 choices, right? You can put a contraction in the front or put a contraction at the back. Okay, let's look at the first one. Okay, I am not late. Because I and am is the only choice you have. You can only put a contraction on the subject, on I and am. Not, am and not, you can't have a contraction, so only one choice. Let's look at number 2. You're not late. Okay, so you can either have a contraction on you and are, or you can have a contraction on are and not, okay? Are not. So you can choose where you put your contraction. I think the best thing to do for positive sentences, you can put the contraction on the first one. For negative sentences, I think it's better for you to put the contraction on the not. Okay. So I'd like you to do a little further more practice at home. Let's look at the question forms. We finished positive, negative, and now the question form. For the question form, we have they are happy. Okay, but if we want to change it to a question, we will move the subject and the verb around. Okay, so are starts at the beginning, the verb starts the question, and then the subject comes into second place. Are they happy? And we add a little question mark at the end. Okay. And for our answer, it's yes, they are, right? Or no, they aren't, are not. Perfect. Okay, so let's do a second one. She is rich. Okay, if we change it around, it's is she rich? Yes, she is. Or no, she is not, isn't. Okay, so no, she isn't. Still subject, verb, and object. Question. Let's see. Are they cute? Yes, they are. Or no, they aren't. You can choose, okay? Is he a good fighter? Let's see. Yes, he is. Or no, he isn't. He's terrible. Let's look at our last section, which is uses. When can we use be verbs? Okay, so you can practice with me. He, a rapper. He is a rapper. I am drunken tiger. I am drunken tiger. Let's look at number 2. She, Korean. Okay, so she is Korean. I, from Korea. I always am. Good. Let's see. Oh, he's so cute. You are 6 years old, right? Okay. He is young. Very young, right? energetic, right? He's doing that chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup. Then we have you, happy when dancing. You are happy when dancing. I'm happy when I'm dancing. Okay, let's see. We can also use be verbs for sizes, bigger, smaller, okay. So they are the biggest burgers. My favorite is the junior size. My favorite is the junior size. We can use be verbs for colors. My shoes are bright pink, okay? Oh, I don't like bright pink. Let's look at location. Last one, where? The waterfalls are in the Amazon forest, okay? And the Amazon is in Brazil. Okay, so we can use be verbs for a lot of different things, right? Let me review quickly. We can use be verbs for identity, who you are. We can use them for origin, where you are from, Korean, American. We can use them for age. I'm 6 years old. I'm 35 years old, even though I have a baby face. Okay, then we have mood. How do you feel? He is energetic. Okay, we can use be verbs for size, big, small, right? We can use them for color, red, yellow, blue, green, and we can also use them for places. Brazil, Paris. If you have any questions about be verbs or about this chapter, please, you can either ask questions on YJP Q&A or you can email me. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in our last class. 안녕히 계세요. Bye-bye.